champion of champions.
Yes, greetings one and all. Here comes another edition of the Keep It Real Radio Wednesday morning show in the UK time, in the Japan time, in the night time. So we're going to have the slightly different programming than usual, which is what I'm going to talk about slide number. In my tongue, Japanese and English, and I will tell you my opinion of the explain about about slide numbers, iconic sound and style, and literally play his music, and also about my thought and my slide number, and I would like to talk about it. And so it's gonna be like a short programming today, very short, like maybe half an hour. So stay tuned and enjoy the talk and enjoy the music as well, okay? Okay, on this one in the background, this one is a 90s. I think it's like very early 90s slide number production. Of course, Robbie and Robbie Lynn as well, and the Gitsy on the guitar, Taxi Gang production. So if you guys listen on the my part one and nothing but slide number, part one is the 2 weeks back. And I play from the, Agro Betas, basically like a 70s Sly and Robbie production, and some of them like Sly only. And I think part one I start from the Here I Am Baby. It's on the Trojan production and big hits those time in the 70s. And it's like those generation is like more like skinheads reggae those time. Don't worry about Japanese, I will talk about in Japanese soon later. And that was a part one in like the 70s. Then last week part two was the 80s. So more like after the revolutionaries, aggravators to the Taxi Gang production. Okay, so maybe switch to the Japanese time. Okay, so today は、今日は、ちょっとお話をしながら、very short 短いショーにしたいと思っています。で、part 1、part 2をやったんですけども、スライドナンバースペシャル、聞いてない人は just check in the YouTube にまだアーカイブ残ってますので、part 1は70s の Revolutionaries とかアグロベイターズのこのスライダンバーの作品、ミュージックで、パート2は 80s のタキシギャングの頃の、スペシャルをやりました。で、パート3は 90s とか2000、最近までの中のスペシャルをやる予定だったんですが、 Today is like 今日はちょっと番外編で Let me talk 今日は喋ろうと思います。来週また喋りません。So anyway, and back to the English, and so I would like to talk about his like very iconic style of the what is slide number style and what is slide number sounds. And this one Very, very distinctive and original style. Maybe I should play the early 80s style, then back to the maybe 70s style. Because of this, this was the Taxi Gang production things, like very simple drum, and combined with the Simon drum, yeah. And also this one is the Taxi production 45 original, and also, and I think he was the first guy to like combine with like kind of digital, which is like Simon drum, and also like a real drum, and play together and make it like big hit, and also make his own style of the slide number style, like a, you know, like very original style, and which I have so many inspiration and giving inspiration, also inspired from them. See, so like this, maybe. See that? Sorry, this is the original 45, so maybe a little bit scratchy too much. So this one, and let me flip the A side, and I'm gonna make you listen the Peekaboo Tamlin's big tune. Okay, so maybe you guys understand that, you know, what is slide number sounds like. You know, the 70s is not really, well, I mean, you know, there is no digital drum yet, so he create own style with the real drums. So I'm going to introduce later on, but it somehow, you know, introduce his style from the 80s, and maybe I should speak in Japanese a little bit. Okay, 80s スタイルのスライダンバーのドラムっていうのは、その初めてそのシモンズっていう、エレクトリックドラムをミックスしてヒットを出したっていうのは多分おそらくスライダーだと思うんです。で、very simple、ものすごいシンプルなドラムにココケケココケケココケコボキっていう、そのなんていうかな、エレクトリック、ドラムをすごくミックスして、ものすごくこうオリジナルのサウンドを作ったのが多分 80s ぐらいからで、有名なのが多分 Black Fool and maybe I'm gonna play Black Fool later on, and そのパート1とパート2でそういえば Black Fool かけてなかったですね。But anyway, soなのでその 80s スタイルでは多分スライのドラムスタイルっていうのは基本的には very simple ドゥンツテンツドゥンツテンツテドゥンツ に、そのシモンドラムをうまいことこうミックスしたっていうのが多分80s のスライダンバーのスタイルの特徴だったと思います。Okay, so I'm gonna introduce another hit in the 80s, and this is a big hit. And Robert Emerson, Sugar Minot. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one quickly, and you can hear it. The slide on the style, an iconic style.
Now this is a special request for all you rubber dub fans out there. I want you to know that rubber dub music is international. Alright. She man in a club, she girls in a club. The six of them just add the rubber dub. The butcher and the baker and the candlestick maker. The dismaker, the nurse and the girl named Precious. Truly to the rubber dub sound. Truly to the A1 sound. Oh yes, the bread must be made, the candle must be made, the milk must be, but this rubber dub sweet. The just off the soul, the stamp and go slow. The girl named
Can you hear the snare?
Truly.
First snare is the real drum. Second one, this one is Simmons.
Someone like the funk and someone like the soul. But if you rubber dub and let the good times roll, 2 and 2 and 4 and 4 and 8. Give me rubber dub, I'm happy to stay away. Truly to the A1 sound. Why won't you truly to this rubber dub sound? Alright.
Alright, so today is like more talk about slide and style and things. So rather than play the music, but next week I'm gonna go back to the more less chat and play the music. So anyway, and during the 80s, he creating like a very distinctive own style of the mixing with like evolution, you know, those time, you know, like technology knew something. So the reason why I respect Slide Amber is he's always like try to, you know, get inspiration from the something new. You know, why don't you try some like new things? You know, he's not really conservative about, you know, accepting like new evolution, which is like you know, recent day like everything is digital, but some people say no, I don't want to buy the music from the digital download and all that, you know. So things like that, you know. So I'm not really disrespecting for those guys, but you know, nowadays like you have to accept somehow digital wise, then you can, you know, listen and you can get a more better information, better music from the digital wise, which is not pressed on the vinyl and the CD, you know, physically. So which is like back to the topic about slide, but it's always like a trying something combined with a new culture, new evolution, you know. Then them time the 80s, so he played a real drum with like a synth drum, yeah, synth drum, digital drum, synth drum, which called Simmons. Anyway, so then he made a big hit like this, Chunko Taxi. Did you hear that roll in the verse? See? Make it listen again. Anyway, so then Okay, listeners. So this was I played last week, and on the my show last week. Nothing but slide up a part two. Then, so did you realize that this was like combined with the synth drum? And I would like to introduce another one, and also very very slide amber style with the Simon drum, and as we once again very 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 simple drum. So that's the for me it's like very slide amber style in 80s and until maybe late 90s. And let me speak in Japanese. And 80年代のスライっていうのはまあ90年代後半ぐらいまですごくこうそのデジタルというかエレクトリックドラムとかをものすごくこううまいこと使ってもう遠慮なくどんどん使ってその頃の 80s のジャメイカっていうのはルーツ・ラディックスもそうなんですけどあまりやっぱりこのエレクトリックドラムっていうのに多分抵抗があったわけじゃないんだろうけどもうスライっていうのは一番早かったんですよと俺は思ってます。I believe that。でなんで俺スライが好きかっていうとその常にその Why don't you try やってみようよっていうこのなんていうかな実験をどんどん前向きにこう取り入れていくっていうスタイルがすごく好きで Like Okay, let me speak in English a little bit. And those time, and he worked with the Grace Jones and the other like a disco, the U.S. soul stars, and of course Gwen Gasley as well. And they made some like disco things, which I didn't play last week. Let me back to Japanese. その 80s にそのグレイス・ジョーンズとかグレン・ギャスリーとかっていうその US のディスコシンガーとやっぱりヒットをいっぱい作ったんですよ。そのミュージックっていうのはもう音楽はサウンド的にはレゲエっぽく全然ないんですけどもでもなんか少しちょっとレゲエっぽかったりするんでそのなんかレゲエにこだわらないってそのスライダンバーのスタイルが僕はすごい好きでものすごい影響を受けてるんですがanyway so back to the music and I'd like to introduce another one. This is another big hit and played by the slide number of course Robbie and this one is also like combined with the Simon drum, electric drum and real drum but basically drum is very very simple those time but I will introduce and I will play the 70s style. It's like more kind of technical drum like very it's not too simple like kind of very technical but still slide but after the 70s I think it's like gone more like a very simple one drop combined with the like a electric drum synth drum and tune like this is very very you can feel it Of course, the listeners know that what is this track. I think even the kick is, I think it's like electric drum. Kick is not real kick. Sounds like not real kick. Doom, doom, doom. See that? So very like like a half classic, old school, half like a new generation, evolution. But basically the drum is like a very basic 8 beat. That's it. All right, so another 5 minutes to go today, and yes, so it's more like make you listen to music more rather than that. I am talking about like slide Dunbar style, and maybe I am not the right person to talk about slide Dunbar, detail and describe about that, but reason why I do that because I love him. I really respect him for being long time seeing, and I want to talk about like my personal, slide Dunbar, but I don't think I ain't got time for that. So let's continue to back to the 70s, and the slide Dunbar create his own style, iconic sound style, and some of them say like a flying cymbal, militant beat, and on and on and on. So they basically there's one very historical, iconic reggae drum style, which called flying cymbal, which created by the slide Dunbar. So may I go chat no more. You can listen this one, and maybe before go further ado, let me speak in Japanese. And 70年代のスライダンバーはフライングシンバルっていうスタイルがあったんです。フライングシンバル。その頃はフライングシンバルっていうスタイルをなんかドラムのそのhow can I say ドラムのその音としてフライングシンバルっていうドラムのスタイルがあったんです。でそれも作ったのはスライダンバーなんですね。でその音はこんな感じなんです。 OK、 手がこれですんでYes, so this was the like kind of I'll play it again. ちょっとごめんなさい。一曲間違えました。Anyway, so this was a better explanation of the flying symbol of the slide Dunbar he created. Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. See that? So I play the same rhythm tracks for construction on the part 1 on the my show, which is to the online on the YouTube on the Mixcloud. So listen again. Part 1, my show, Mixcloud and the YouTube. This is flying cymbal. Okay, so this is the slide I'm gonna create his style like called flying cymbal, and also okay back to the last one, and this is really for me very slide on the hi-hat. very slide number hi-hat. No one ever have done yet. Very slide. I mean, when the Lee Perry makes the drum, and he creates very unique hi-hat style, like a kind of flying, very, like tweaking. But it's different. It's different though, and I don't think it's like. Maybe there is some tune, the slide ever play and produced by Lee Perry, but I'm not sure. But this one is the Yabu production, but I'm pretty sure that drama is slide number still. Okay, listeners, and today is again, I'm talk rather than play the music, and next week, again, I'm not gonna talk anything, just let the music talk, see? Okay, so this one, and the Peaceful Woman, Marsha Griffiths, and you know what? I want to explain you guys about like the slide number style of the style called militant beat, and I was going to play the very typical militant beat 45, which I played last week, but I can't find my 45. My still too messy. You know what I mean? So it's kind of militant beat, and this one. And also I played last week or week before. So see that? Like combination with limb shot and hi-hat.
Tell me why.
See, that's like the like a combination of the like a percussive hi-hat, kick and snares and toms and things like and I have the another very iconic militant beat things, but this is not really exactly militant beat, but hopefully you guys can feel it like slide number style of the 70s style. So as I mentioned that compared to the 80s slide number style, 80s slide number is very simple, one drop kind of things combined with the electric drum, but 70s is like very distinctive hi-hat, snares, and it's different, and also that totally slide number has own style when he start playing drum. And he said that first recording was a double barrel, Ansel and Collins, those time like a number one hit in UK, as I explained last week. And yes, maybe that's it. And I'm going to, well, maybe just show you the late 90s slide drum machine, and which is, wait. Those time like a #1 hit in UK, as I explained last week. And yes, maybe that's it. And I'm going to, well, it's quite heavy though. It's quite heavy. This one, Akai MPC 2000. I still have it. See that? Which is drum machine. You know, the Akai is a Japanese brand. And yes, and whoa. It's quite heavy though. It's quite heavy. This one. And he made hits like a Murder She Wrote, Chakalimos and Pliers, and many hits with that. And instead of like a real drums, he played like more like drum machine. You know, from the, I think it's like from 90s, I guess, you know, and but it sounds like a really MPC and really slide number. And let me explain and talk about my, you know, story. I've had 3 MPC 2000, three of them in my history. And now, you know, the MPC 2000 is work with a floppy disk, and a floppy disk, man. So we can't find a floppy disk backup, so I just gone to the another digital, but still MPC. But the reason why I've been using the MPC to create a beat, rhythms, because of slide number. And I'm going to play the next week, part 3, slide number with the MPC style. See? So give thanks once again for the listening. So today is all about like a more talk about slide number. And maybe quickly speak in Japanese, but I don't know what should I say. 何を言ったらいいんでしょうね、日本語で。anyway、来週は、その今日はスライダンバーのスタイルを、ミュージック聴きながらちょっとおしゃべりして説明してたんですけれども、まあ、僕がそんなのするようなふさわしい人間ではないとは思うんですけれども、I do it やりました。で、next week part 3は、90s から2000 until now until pass away 26th of January、1月26日に彼が亡くなったまでの、スライダーンバーのミュージックをかけたいと思います。See you next week, okay? Stay tuned. Blessed love, Rastafari. ふさわしい人間ではないとは思うんですけれども、I do it やりました。で、next week